Hello everyone, my name is VivianJade, the trained unprofessional, and I'm doing a friggin' subathon. Oh my god, look at, the mouse is going nuts. Winds of Change! It's a game that a lot of people have wanted me to come back to, and it's a game that I know is stream safe. And after 4 hours, we may actually get to some plot. Oh man, we haven't played this since February 5th, 2020. Good lord. Alright, so we've done Tavern in the Town Square and the main gate in the Mountain Pass. So I guess we are... Should we put off the mayor's house? I don't know. Let's try the docks. Just the docks. Or not. Do we have to? Oh, we guess we have to go in order. Okay, so to the mayor's house we go. We follow after Damek and embark on what seems like an endless journey. However, after an hour or so of walking, we end up in a residential area. Your definition of an endless journey is an hour. Not a lot of patience, yeah. The buildings here are built beautifully, very different from before. It's a different kind of green on the chat, but it's a little brighter, a little easier to read.
Wow, this place looks incredible. My town square was a little bit off. Not the best first impression, if you ask me.
Yeah.
It's a sign of wealth to live far away from the markets. Only those who work live near the town square. Once you've got it made, you move out here.
That is, of course, unless you're important to Mazeo. Grizz gets to live here free of charge for his services. That offer even extends to Lilith, his assistant.
You mean like our elder back in Valinor?
Yeah, exactly, so make sure to be careful. In this district, pretty much everyone is royalty. Or at least they expect to be treated that way.
Alright, thanks for the advice, Damek.
A lot of ass kissing going on in this district. She moves to the back of the group, almost like she's worried. We continue to walk, but not for much longer. Damek stops in his tracks.
To your right, Grizz's office. Sorry it took a while, but you know how it is. It'll be an even longer trek back to our new HQ.
He laughs and motions to the nearby building. It stood out from the rest in both quality and size.
It's time for you to tell us what's going on. I hate being left in the dark like this. You know that.
Of course. You know I'm a man of my word. I just didn't like talking about the stuff in the town square.
Cracks his knuckles like he's preparing for something. He faces towards Valessa, Fortame, and myself with a smile. It's almost like he assumes that Ulrich and Pro are up to speed.
Well, as you know, Mazeo is rampant with piracy. All of that chaos needs some sort of order, right? 2 pirates have risen to the challenge, Alex and Nada. Unifying all the pirates isn't an easy task, but they did it. They have established trade routes in the largest fleet in the world. We want to strike a deal with them and gain some ships. Easy, right?
Oh yeah, that sounds like fucking normal, everyday thing, huh?
When we attack Balteus, we won't be able to hold back. Having enough ships to carry our massive army over is essential. And if we can get the pirates to fight with us, even better.
Thank you for the follow, Silence Now Falls. Oh, it's actually a subscribe! Thank you! Next one.
Grizz made it clear that he wants to cut a deal. In order to win them over, we'll need to bend to their will. However, after learning that Alex and Nada have started to fight...
Uh-oh.
Now we have to choose who we side with. They both want different things, but they both offer ships. That's why we're here. I imagine they're waiting inside.
He speaks with such passion and enthusiasm, it's enthralling. It was clear that he truly cared about Alestia and its people.
The future of Mazeo is likely going to change. It's so exciting. I'll negotiate with them and Grizz will make any necessary decrees. I just want my favorite people present. So that's why you're all here.
Oh, favorite people. You just met us, you butt kisser. He smiles and turns back to Ulrich and Pro.
I trust there aren't any objections.
We have literally no choice. Ulrich scoffs, crossing his arms.
You sure upped the scale of our attack. I thought we just planned to steal a few ships, but now you want an entire fleet? What changed?
We need to give this our all if we're going to win. But remember, we have a world to reshape when we're done. Striking a deal with the pirates is something that needs to happen. I mean, we could wait until after the war, but if we do it now, we stand a better chance of winning. Plus, the people need to know that we're capable rulers too.
Fair enough. I concede.
Goodness. Ulrich smiles, the promise of more power and might appealing his curiosity.
That's brilliant, Damek. Taking care of 10 problems with one move, as usual. I'm just glad that they get to see for themselves now.
He motions to Valessa Fortame and I. It seemed like a sound strategy, to be honest. Gain military might and prove himself capable of leadership. The people would need to know that he's worth following. Releasing Mazeo from the grip of the Triumvirate wowed be a great start. It wowed be indeed. But thankfully, Grizz was on our side. This wouldn't be possible otherwise.
Well, I guess it's time. I'm a little nervous, but I'll manage.
With a quick smirk, he's on his way inside. Pro and Ulrich go too, expecting us to follow suit.
Man, things are sure busy around here. Hope we get to rest when we get to our HQ.
I doubt it.
Come on, Fortum. It's interesting. We're watching history in the making here.
Yeah, you get kind of tired of that when you live through history being made all the fucking time.
If it's history, then it'll be in a book. I'd just sleep and read it when I get up.
Oy. They talk amongst themselves as they enter Grizz's house. I guess I should hurry in. I don't want to miss anything. Oh, time to click on things. A sign! Signs point in every possible direction. They're labeled things like Town Square and Residential District. And Toledo. A couple of the others say Docks and the Church of the Triumvirate. I guess it was easy to find directions in Mazeo. Seems like the Rebel HQ is in the opposite direction. Hope that one's not on the fucking sign. As I've learned, it's located in tunnels underneath the church. But stealing the tunnels underneath the Triumvirate's church? Something about that seems incredibly risky to me. I'm sure Damek knows what he's doing, though. It's a lot of faith you're putting on one person. Damek can't do everything right. This building back here. The residential district seems to go on forever. But it's all flat. There's no elevation, unlike in Eleanor. Back at home, social status was determined by how high you live. The elder lives right at the top, since he's the most important, and has the least amount of knees left. I was given a house right next to the main street, an easy walk to Milus's. I wonder how social status is determined in Mazeo. Maybe I'll ask Damek. A tree! Grizz's house has a massive tree right next to it. At the very top, I can see some apples growing. Perhaps those are the same ones Fortame likes. Either way, they seem well maintained and fresh. Perhaps this is Grizz's food of choice as well. And finally the building. Grizz's house is much more impressive than the others. It stands just as tall, but it's easily twice as wide. He must have tons of free space in there. Okay, well, let's go. When I enter Grizz's house, I'm taken aback by how massive it is. A front desk, probably for his assistant, rests near the front door. But behind it is a massive atrium with a staircase leading up. I'm willing to bet that Grizz's office is at the top of the staircase. I look around and find Damek, Ulrich, and Pro chatting with a woman. This must be the assistant that Damek mentioned earlier. After noticing me enter, she quickly approaches us. Valessa and Fortame retreat behind me, leaving me in charge. I take a step forward and introduce myself to her without hesitation.
I've heard so much about you, Seer. It's a pleasure to finally meet you in person.
Kind of forgot that I named the fucking seer Garfield. That's after James A. Garfield, not just the fucking cat. But hello, Lilith. She puts her hand forward and I give her a firm handshake. Valessa and Fortame seem immediately at ease, as she's very friendly. For a moment, I'm not entirely sure what they were expecting.
I'm guessing that's the Blade of Exodus.
Yes. She tilts her head towards my back.
You can take that cloak off in here, by the way. Everybody in this office knows what's going on. There's no need to hide around Grizz, or myself.
Well, I'd probably just keep it on anyway. You never know who the fuck's gonna walk in. Plus, there's windows, and plus, why would just... I nod and remove the makeshift hood covering my head. I feel the fresh Mazayan air on my face for the first time.
Come back here with the rest of us, alright? I think they're almost ready to head upstairs.
Let's go upstairs. She motions to the main landing area of the atrium. We move past her desk, which acts almost like a barrier. I'm assuming she acts as Grizz's guard as well, standing watch. After a few moments, we regroup with the others. They're talking amongst themselves, but Lilith brings that to an end. Clapping her hands together once, and very loudly, their attention is grabbed.
Sorry, Lilith. Just lots to think about at the moment. I'm almost nervous to walk up there, if I'm honest.
There's no need to be nervous, Damek. It won't be any different from the last time you were here. Just a few added bodies, that's all. Not the end of the world.
Yes, if you want to be supreme ruler of the world, you're gonna have to be able to go to a meeting.
I just don't want to make the wrong choice. There's a lot riding on this, Lilith.
You're really building this up. Can we go?
Have you made the wrong choice in the past?
I'm pretty sure everyone has made a wrong choice at some point in the world.
Well, I don't think so.
Oh, shut up.
Then you'll be fine. Besides, Alex and Nada aren't too bad. They're both playing ball to get what they want. That means they'll have to be on their best behavior. So if being in the presence of pirates was a worry for...
Oh, no, that's not it at all. I'm more than happy to work with the pirates. You're right, though. I have a good track record.
Yeah, he's got a 7-minute mile. He lets out a nervous laugh before looking up to the top of the stairs.
I guess that'll have to do. Are they ready?
Yeah, they're expecting all of you. It might be a bit crowded, but you'll manage.
Did you happen to overhear anything? You know, so I don't go in blind?
Unfortunately, no. They're being very discreet.
Oh well, worth a shot. I guess it's finally time to do this. Are you ready, everybody?
He looks at all of us one by one, and we nod. I can tell he's trying to delay this, but I'm not sure why.
Grizz will give me a debriefing when you're done. I know you're busy, so after this, just go on your way. Lots to do and little time to do it, right?
Yes. She glances at me and the sword on my back before walking away. It seemed this quick detour wasn't going to be quick at all. During these negotiations, everything could change. Hopefully, Damek would be able to get what he needs. I just hope that pirates' demands aren't too extreme. With the high ground, they had the right to request anything. We all look at the top of the stairs, ready to get things moving. This would be a very important moment for Damek and the rebels. To that end, we shouldn't keep Grizz waiting for too much longer. Well, sure, let's examine everything and talk to everyone first, though.
Hey, Lilith.
Yeah?
Is there a library in Museo? Like, a place to read up on the spirits? I have some stuff I'd like to look into.
Unfortunately, no. The triumvirate seized all of that long ago. Rumor has it they've stuffed it all in Balteus.
Did she just say triumvirate? That's the problem. This game does seem to lack a bit of vocal coaching, because a lot of people pronounce things very differently from other people. Like, I think earlier someone referred to the town as Mazio or something like that.
You mean at the Grand Library?
Yeah, but I don't know for sure. It's just ancient rumors at this point.
Ancient?
Yeah, that's... Because you've got a lot of good vocal talent here, but when you don't give them proper direction, they just put inflections in certain places that they don't belong, or they pronounce words that don't make sense, or there's inconsistencies, or people are saying things that don't match up with each other, and yeah. It just reeks of everyone sent in their lines independently. And then, yeah, you just didn't have a good vocal director on this.
There's a group of people that say so, yeah. They think life existed on Alestia before the Triumvirate. When they took over, they just stole any writing saying otherwise.
Triumvirate. There's... what the fuck is a Triumvirate? But I don't blame the voice actors here.
That's impossible.
That was not... that was not a good vocal performance. But it's very possible that that could have been just one of many takes that was just chosen wrong, because that, look at the expression on that person's face. That could have been a saying that's impossible. You know, that's a perfectly valid take on the line if it was in a different context, but I mean, that face seems spooked. It's like scared. And in response to the line prior, can we scroll back? We cannot scroll back. Okay, that's fine. But you see what I mean? It's like, it seems like all these lines were recorded without the context of the lines they're responding to, without anyone on the other line hearing what they're saying, to keep tones and pronunciations consistent. And that's all I'm trying to say.
Hey, I didn't say they were a smart group, but nobody's been to the Grand Library to see. The Triumvirate keeps such a tight grip on Balteus.
God, but serious, Triumvirate? What the fuck?
So they can't prove their theories, but at the same time, we can't disprove them.
Exactly. Unless you visit the Grand Library. You are going to Balteus, right?
That's the end goal, yeah.
Then maybe we'll find out soon. Whatever knowledge they have in there, we deserve to know. I'm sure Damek will open its doors to everybody after the war.
One more.
Who do you side with, Lilith?
What do you mean? Like, between Alex and Nada?
Yeah, the pirates. I was just curious, that's all.
Well, I don't know their demands. That would play a big part in my choice. But even then, it's not my place to decide.
Oh, I'm not asking you to decide. It's just a hypothetical question. Hey, take your time. It's not an easy decision after all.
Alex, hands down.
Oh.
Or you could answer instantly. But why Alex? What makes him better?
He treats me with respect, that's what. Not on the other hand, well, that's a different story. The way I look at things, there's two types of people. Those that use others as stepping stones for success, and those that respect others, rising to the top together. Nada is the former, and Alex is the latter. She's ruthless. She's pretty much double-crossed everybody but Grizz. If that ever happens, trust me, I won't be surprised at all.
How do we know we can trust her then?
Well, her and Alex have the edge in negotiations. They have what we want, so they can demand anything. I have no doubt that Nada will try to gain power and influence. These are the things she'd usually stab others in the back for, but now she has an opportunity to get it just by helping Grizz.
Oh, I guess that makes sense. She's only in it to get what she wants.
Yeah, and Alex, on the other hand, I'm sure his demands will benefit more than him. That's just the type of guy he is, so I like him more.
All right. Thanks for the information.
No problem, little one.
Huh. Alright. There's a book sitting wide open on one of the desks. Seems to be a news article, and recently written, too. I inspect it further and learn that it details Mazeo's piracy.
The blurred lines of piracy.
Oh, God.
The pirates of Mazeo undertake the importing and exporting of illicit goods. Everything else is handled by the Mazeo Shipping Company, and there is little else that divides the two factions. They both have established trade routes, a large group of workers and clients all over Alestia. Many people see the pirates as harmless individuals, simply looking to make a living by seizing opportunities that others don't. The way that pirates are treated today is vastly different than before the Triumvirate's occupation of Mazeo. Was that intentional? We have to wonder if this was the Triumvirate's goal. When asked his opinion on this matter, the local pirate lord Alex had this to say. I find it hard to believe that a small piece of paper is all that stands in the way of me and my people living an honest life. We don't hurt anybody or put anyone in danger. The people of Mazeo are clinging to a legal decree that makes no sense. I'd like to see the trade bans lifted and me and my people introduced into society as honest workers. That is my dream, and I continue to fight for it. When asked for her opinion, Nada, the other pirate lord, refused to comment.
I forgot about these fucking things. See, history can be taught in an intriguing and captivating way, but just reading the thing from the book with a drawn-out, non-engaging voice, directly copying the words from the book, and not at all doing anything to make it seem like a fun and interesting kind of time, is really not the way to bring the It's just like, it's just, oh my fucking god. Whoever, again, maybe if they just had a vocal coach to be there and be like, could you have any more heartbeats per minute? Because there's been context clues in these things that made me be like, oh, maybe it was important to read that. But there are so many things in this game that are like, oh no, maybe we should not click away from these things. But there's so many things to click on in this game that I'm like, yeah, maybe we should keep clicking on them. But anyway, I guess things are more complex than I thought. It's almost like Alex is fighting for more rights. All that divides the group is one piece of paper. Desk. Important papers are strewn about on the desk. Please God, don't read me out them. It's not my business to read them, but curiosity overtakes me. I slowly approach the desk and try my best to make out what I can. It seems to be a bunch of papers regarding upcoming shipments. It's correspondence between Grizz and the Mazeo Shipping Company. Underneath those papers is letters between Grizz and the Triumvirate.
Hey, get away from there. Those papers aren't for your eyes. That's top secret. Only for the mayor.
Then why leave them out in the open like that? Because it's her fucking desk! Schmucko! Before I can continue, she gathers them up and takes them away. She's running all over the place. Lilith must be a busy girl. Alright, stairs. That's the door that leads to Grizz's office. Quite the dramatic sight, if you ask me. Definitely makes him feel important. Underneath the stairs rests some sort of contraption. If I had to guess, it would be a statue representing a spirit idol. There's an artist's name and date on it. It must have been expensive. Oh, there's a book.
The blurred line.
No, not again. We all enter the office in sync. Because that wouldn't make it, and everyone inside be like, that's fucking creepy. And everyone inside stares at us. No shitting. It's odd, but at first glance I can tell exactly who everybody is. Nada takes a few steps forward, a sly smirk on her face.
Late, are you? Good to know your word is trustworthy. It's not like this is important or anything like that.
Shut up! It's clear bait, and Damek doesn't take it at all. Instead, he smirks back and approaches Grizz and the pirates.
Actually, this meeting doesn't start until I arrive. So, Nada, you're actually early. Very obedient of you. A bit softer than your reputation cites, but I'll let it slide.
Oh, shut up. Both of these smarmy fucks are annoying. She struggles to conjure up a comeback. Oh, for God's sake. The sole writers that write their main characters to be oh so smart with the comebacks, just like, shut up. And simply shrugs. Damek approaches Grizz's desk and waves us all over. It isn't much longer until we're all cramped together.
Grizz, I'd like to introduce you to the seer.
To Garfield. I take a step forward and offer a hand to Grizz. Rises from his chair and gives my hand a firm shake.
It's an honor to meet you, Seer. And those two must be your friends.
Yes, I carry them in my wallet wherever I go. I nod as he looks at Valessa and Fortame.
Say, have you three been to Mazeo before? I can't put my finger on it, but you look familiar.
I've seen you in my dreams.
I shake my head, and he promptly returns to his chair. He looks at all of us one by one, as you have to do, and lets out a loud sigh.
Oh well, not that it matters anyway. I'd like to thank you all for coming to my office. Today we discuss the matter of Damek and the pirates.
That's on this episode of Dragon Ball Z.
Is that lamb chop on his shoulders? Yeah, fucking lamb chop.
What have you got for me, Grizz? Surely you have their demands laid out on the table.
Yes, of course. I made them write up their demands in private. I didn't want them influencing each other in any certain direction.
Even lamb chop moves their head, Jesus. He points to two pieces of paper resting on his table. They're turned upside down so nobody can read them. The most secure of all things, and pirates being notably compliant with demands of the law, of course did exactly what they were told.
Here's how this is going to work. Neither pirate knows which paper is theirs. Damek, you and your allies are to read each one.
Oh my god, this is a game show. Steve Harvey's gonna come out and fucking laugh his ass off.
Afterwards, each pirate is to explain their demands out loud. This is to make sure they haven't gotten greedy or changed their mind. We also need some witnesses, which is why I had you bring some friends. At that point, Damek may converse with his allies. When a decision is made, we will both sign the chosen demands. To avoid any conflict, neither pirate will learn if they were chosen. When everybody leaves, the demands will be mailed back. The pirate that receives a signed paper today will know they were chosen. There is no time for drama or infighting on my property. Understand?
I understand.
Damek looks over to Nada and Alex, awaiting their approval.
Yeah, I understand.
Me too.
Oh my god, look at him. Freaking Alex the pirate. Damek places his hands on the desk, looking over the papers. But before taking any actions, he turns his head toward me.
Seer, I'd like your input on this. You're no stranger to tough decisions, right?
We're a stranger to being the fucking seer. We ain't been doing that before.
And from what I've heard, we share some common views. It couldn't hurt to get a second opinion from someone like you.
I nod and walk up to the desk, standing beside him. We stare down at the two papers, hesitant.
You may begin the first phase. Remain silent, but read the papers over.
A few moments later, Damek grabs one of the papers. He inches closer to me and slowly turns it around. It's Alex's offer. He wants the trade bans to be lifted from Mazeo. Well, we know that from context. If this is done, the pirates must be The pirates must all be offered jobs in the Mazeo shipping company. Piracy will be no more, and Mazeo will turn into a nation of free trade. In exchange, he can offer the ships and crew of those who side with him. This makes up approximately 35% of the total pirates in Mazeo. He cannot guarantee how Nada's followers will react to this change. Damek places the paper face down, quickly grabs the other one. He shows no expression, wearing the perfect poker face. Turning the paper around, it's time to see the other half. It's Nada's offer. She wants Mazeo to be divided in two. If this is done, all the pirates will move to a new nation out of Mazeo's way. Of course, she must be declared head of this new pirate nation. Furthermore, her demands include more details about the division of Mazeo. It's done so in a fashion that gives both sides equal market and residential space. Mazeo currently owns all of this, so it would negatively affect the nation. In exchange, she can offer approximately 65% of all the total pirates in Mazeo. This includes a massive arsenal of ships, making Alex's offer seem inconsequential. Both demands share one thing in common: pirates' criminal records are to be wiped. Damek places the second paper face down and shrugs.
Well, I guess that's it then.
Ooh. Grizz nods.
Indeed. We can move on to phase 2. Alex and Nada, it's your turn to step forward. Your verbal demands must match the papers.
In response to Grizz's order, they both step forward. This whole thing seemed incredibly well thought out. Well, that's easy for you to say, author, because this doesn't seem well thought out to me. There was no room for error in any possible way. Stop rubbing your own schmuck.
My demands are quite simple, actually. All pirates will have their criminal records erased. Furthermore, the trade bans will be lifted from Mazeo.
I seem like a hardened criminal. I'm a pirate, yar har.
That's what he sounds like.
I'm a pirate. I'm the Dread Pirate Alex.
Oh, that's fucking cute as hell.
That's him right there.
That is Fox.
Yeah, that's literally Foxy from FNAF.
But you know what? It's fucking cute.
Pirates will be publicly pardoned and no longer ostracized. They will be offered jobs within the Mazeo Shipping Company. Our clients, our cargo, and our trade routes will all carry over as well.
You know, this legitimizing of piracy is, they gotta be really careful about that, because they're making it seem like pirates are, like, just people who are doing a normal job just without a license. And that wasn't what pirates were. That wasn't just like someone running a garage sale, but without like a permit. Like Francis Drake. I mean, yeah, okay, there were privateers. There's a spectrum of piracy, all right? Anyway, what else does the pirate kid Alex have to say?
This will reintroduce us to society and legitimize all of our efforts. Mazeo will be free as it once was, and as it always should be. In exchange, I offer 35% of Mazeo's pirates and their ships.
Takes a few steps back, crossing his arms. Not a scoff for vocalizing her demands.
I can offer the other 65%. I think that puts me a cut above Alex.
Certainly gets a reaction from the others in the room. However, they can't get one over by numbers. We can't get one over. We were deciding the future of Mazeo.
I also want all criminal records expunged. However, my other demands are a bit more extreme. I want Mazeo divided in half. I want a new nation born. All pirates will be moved to this new nation under my lead. Mazeo will no longer be able to interfere with our work. I will determine where the nation is split in half. I want both residential and commercial land. We will be given everything we need to live happily. That is my demand. A new nation, built for piracy.
She steps back, content with what she said. Grizz turns to face Damek and myself again.
Does that align with the demands on paper?
Yes, I believe it does. What was the next step again?
You may take some time to think. Talk with your allies, and then give me an answer.
Oh, right, sorry, my mind is all over the place. There's no need to think, I already have my answer.
Oh, is that so?
Yeah, of course. This one was simple for me.
Crosses his arms and turns to face me.
Well, what about you? Who would you choose?
Well, I guess at this point I can reveal which one I wanted to go with. I wanted to go with Alex as well. Mainly because while Nada does have 35% more pirates, Alex can't speak to how Nada's people would respond. It's very possible that after being legitimized, Nada's pirates may be less whatever. They may still help us. Or maybe they won't. I don't know. But either way, I'd rather not completely destabilize an entire fucking area just to fucking fuck up an entire thing, you know? So, we're gonna go with Alex on this one. I pointed to the paper that contained Alex's demands. Let's see if
Damek chooses the same.
Damek laughs and then gives me a wide smile.
Great minds think alike, I suppose. Good to know we have the same idea. Let's sign this one, Grizz. It's my final choice.
Well, it just so happens we happen to agree on this one. Well. He points to the same paper. Grizz brings out a quill. There waits no time in signing it, making it an official decree. After that, Grizz rolls both papers up and seals them with wax.
Nada, Alex, thank you both for your kind offers. I'll have these mailed back to you right away. You'll know within a few hours, I'm sure.
Sounds good to me.
This one's as good as mine.
No, it's not.
After saying their final words, they both leave. An awkward silence overtakes the room.
You're all free to talk again, you know. We just didn't want Alex and Nada to know Damek's choice.
After hearing that, everyone is at ease. Talking amongst themselves, they theorize who he chose.
Well, Damek?
That's not much of a theory.
Who did you choose?
Why are you so mad?
Oh, you'll find out soon enough. Sorry for this little detour, everybody. We can make our way back to HQ now.
Mm-hmm.
Though I think we should cut through the docks. It's crowded, but it will make for a nice shortcut. We're already running behind schedule.
Yeah, that won't lead to anything bad at all, I'm sure. He sneers at Pro, who quickly backs off. Ulrich takes the message as well and stops asking.
I hope you got what you needed, Damek. Attacking Balteus will be no easy feat.
We'll be more than fine, Grizz. I trust you can handle things from here?
Of course, but there may be some contempt coming. Don't be surprised if Alex or Nada comes fuming to you.
While we're at the docks? No kidding.
Of course. Thank you so much, Grizz. We couldn't do this without you.
Don't worry about it. Just make sure I don't regret this. Crossing the Triumvirate is a bad idea.
You won't, I promise. If you'll excuse us, though, we need to go. I still have to give them the grand tour after all.
Grizz nods, and it seems we're dismissed. I guess our next stop was to head to the docks. Damek sure seemed excited about this tour.
All right, let's go. I'll make the announcement back at HQ. We have a new ally and a lot more power.
He holds a closed fist to his chest, resolute.
We're going to do this. I know it.
If you're sure. And with that, it's time to get things on the move. I'd finally start training and see the rebellion's new HQ. Fate of Mazeo. That's the achievement I just unlocked. Ah, we got some dialogue.
Hey, Grizz,
Yes?
Yes.
what's with that sheep around your neck?
Oh, hey, we're finally addressing it.
Oh, you mean Lassiter?
I guess?
When I was younger, I used to be a shepherd. But that didn't last long before I served the Triumvirate. They made me kill all my sheep before they accepted me.
Oof.
What?
I guess it was to prove myself. You know, that I'd leave my old life behind. I did what they said, but I kept a souvenir.
Oh, I see.
It's always important to remember where you came from. Did you bring any souvenirs from Valenorth along with you?
Actually, no. Unless my clothes count.
Depends who you're asking.
But, you know, I'm not actually leaving Valenorth behind. We'll save it, and go back one day. I know it. That's one of our goals during this journey.
I see.
He doesn't seem to have the most faith in this journey. Ooh, a bookshelf. Let's read about that, because everything is clickable in this fucking game. I start to inspect the bookshelf, but Grizz quickly stops me.
Hey, don't touch any of that. This is my office, you know.
Crosses his arms, and I back away from the shelf. Something tells me I wouldn't want to get on his bad side. Well, let's keep looking at shit. Let's look at this map. It's a map of Alestia. Looks a lot like Britain. I see everything on here. Valenorth, Mazeo, Alarinthia, and Balteus. Only the west remains unmapped. Vicious storms and unruly waters get in the way. Sounds like Ireland. It's unlikely that anything is out there, though. That sounds like Wales. Grizz's office seems to overlook the Mazaean docks. A massive shipyard full of impressive vessels. I see people loading them up, preparing shipments. Wonder how he could work next to such a loud place. Shows no sign of slowing down, and it's very busy. We'd be heading there next, and I couldn't wait. Desk. There's a ton of papers on the floor. I inspect them closer. They're all dated for today. Could Grizz's job really be that busy? A mayor having work to do? Wow. Look over at Fortame and he's shaking. I can tell the mess is bothering him. But he also knows he can't touch it. Grizz's desk reminds me of Milus's place. It's messy, but he still has it under control. Everything is where it needs to be, and it works. Yeah, crystal ball just hanging out. Can't click on that, but alright. Alright, there doesn't seem to be anything else to click on in here, so we leave. And we leave again. And we leave again. Oh, it's up here now. We leave. Oh no, wait, that's going in. Damn it! Damn it, Stan it.